Hi, so I've been wanting to do another anime video and I figured this may be helpful for someone interested in the sports anime genre. A lot of these correlate to my favorite manga as well, but I don't own all of them physically, so I didn't think it would be as interesting. So yeah, without further ado, I'll get into my list. Number 10, we have One Outs. One Outs is about baseball, but at its core is a dark psychological thriller. Toa Tokuchi is known for his extremely fast pitches, which he uses to gamble and win a simplified game of baseball called One Out. He is scouted to pitch for a struggling team, but only agrees to a contract with high risks and high rewards involved. This is not a traditional sports series, but I would recommend this for someone who likes seinen or darker series in general. I've described this as Death Note but baseball, and while not similar in plot, it has the same vibe. Mind games, grungy art, a not super likable protagonist, etc. The series has 25 episodes and a manga of the same name with 20 volumes completed. The reason this is not higher on my list is because I've never rewatched it. I was satisfied the first time, but I find myself rewatching series that I truly love, and while I did thoroughly enjoy One Outs, it is not higher on my rankings because of that. At number 9, we have Turitama. This is another not as quote-unquote traditional sports anime since it is about fishing, but one of the genres is sports, so we're going with it. The driving force in this series, in my opinion, is the art. It is so colorful and bright, and I would recommend this for that alone, but story-wise, Turitama is about Yuki Sanada, who struggles with social anxiety and has a hard time fitting in. He moves to a new school and is met by the eccentric Haru, who claims he is an alien. Basically, this is a story about friendship, finding oneself, and adolescence, and fishing is the catalyst to this. If you like slice of life with a tiny bit of fantasy elements and just a good wholesome show about friendship, I would recommend this. It is 12 episodes long and original, meaning it has no manga. Now we are moving more into the traditional sports series with baby steps. This is a tennis anime about Ichiro Maru, a high school student who is a top student but is worried about his health. He sees a flyer for a tennis club and decides to join. From there, he learns about the sport, and his approach to the sport is through detailed studying and notes, since that is what he is used to in school. So this show is actually very educational in that sense. There's also romance in this series, which is quite refreshing and cute, but the story overall is about Ichiro coming of age, experiencing his first love, and trying something new that eventually grows to be something he is passionate about. This has 2 seasons, both 25 episodes, and a completed manga at 47 volumes. At number 7, we have Kuroko no Basket, or The Basketball That Kuroko Plays in English, maybe one of the most controversial series on this list. This is about basketball, but if you're a fan of the likes of Slam Dunk or haikyuu no Sora, you might not like this. This series follows Kuroko, a quiet high school student with a talent for basketball. In middle school, he was part of a team deemed the Generation of Miracles, and each member has pretty much supernatural basketball powers. Each member is scattered on a different team in high school, and Kuroko faces each of them while attempting to be the best in Japan with his team. While the basketball isn't the most realistic, the cast of characters is top-notch and it is super funny. There are 3 seasons and they contain the complete story. The manga is 30 volumes and I enjoy it more than the anime, but the anime is a solid adaptation. And number 6 is Haikyuu. I would dub this the starter sports anime. It is currently one of the most popular and most accessible sports series. This follows Hinata Shoyo and his journey through high school volleyball. This is another character-driven series. The volleyball is accurate and plays a huge role in this series, but the character development throughout is what really makes this series shine. The reason why this isn't higher for me is that I enjoy the manga much more. Especially with the latest season, they left out a lot of moments and the animation was subpar, most likely due to COVID. So yeah, if you have never seen a sports anime, I would recommend this to introduce you to the genre. Currently, there are technically 5 seasons with 4 being split into 2 parts, and the manga is recently completed at 45 volumes. At number 5, we have Diamond no Ace, or Ace of Diamond. This is another baseball series, and it follows Sawamura Eijin, who was scouted to play in Tokyo from his small town. His goal is to become the ace of the team, who is basically the starting pitcher. The series is long running, but I find it super easy to binge. Trust me, I don't even like baseball, but I'm always entertained watching it. The pace is a bit slow, but this is another character-driven story. If you couldn't tell by now, I like my character-driven stories. This has 3 seasons with almost 200 episodes and a completed manga at 47 volumes. Number 4, we have Okiku Furuka Bute, or Big Windup. This is another baseball series, and I swear I don't know why I like these baseball series so much, but this one is really special in my opinion. The series follows Mihashi Ren, a timid high school student with low self-esteem as a result of bullying on his middle school baseball team. He's reluctant to join in high school, but he does, and he learns to, I don't know if this sounds too cheesy, but love himself and gain confidence in his abilities. It is a really wholesome story, and a little more on the slice of life spectrum than a full-on sports series like Diamond no Ace, and this may be a little higher than it should be, but it has a special place in my heart. This has 2 seasons and 33 volumes ongoing of the manga with sporadic releases, so it's not a consistent release. At number 3, we have Run with the Wind. I'm not even going to attempt to pronounce the Japanese title, but this is the most recent series I've watched, and wow, it is really beautiful. This is my favorite thing I've watched in a while, and it is the freshest in my mind, but yeah, it is about running. Kakuro Kurahara is a talented runner, but due to circumstances, he had to quit in high school. Now in college, he is coerced into joining the school's non-existent running team by senior Haji Kiyose. They build a team from the ground up with a group of men living in the old running team's dorm. I really like this series, especially because it is in a college setting. Even though the characters are older, there is still a lot of coming of age elements, and yeah, it is just a really beautiful story, and I would highly recommend this to anyone who likes human drama or more understated stories about life and belonging. This has 1 season and a completed novel and manga. Number 2, we have Mushi Pedal, the one everyone has been waiting for. Yes, if you have seen any videos on my channel, I have probably mentioned Mushi Pedal. I've followed this series for over 7 years, so I could talk about it for hours, but I will try to keep this brief. It is about Onoda Sakamichi, an otaku who is a freshman in high school. He rides his bike to Akihabara every week to save money on train tickets. This in turn has made him quite fast at cycling without him realizing it. He is scouted by the cycling team, and he learns about professional cycling through this. This series is, you guessed it, another character-driven series. This series has some of my favorite character designs in all of anime and manga. They are so unique and colorful with so much personality. I was talking to someone earlier today about this, and I feel like the anime is not the best at adapting the manga's art style, so it's not the prettiest thing to look at least in the first season, but the story makes up for it. Also, this series is hilarious, especially if you are familiar with otaku culture. If you watch this, make sure to always watch after the credits on the episodes. Honestly, at this point, I don't even know if this series is that good or if I'm just brainwashed at this point, but it will always remain as one of my favorite all-time sports series. This has 4 seasons and an ongoing manga at 70 volumes, yes, 70, with multiple spin-offs as well. And at the top, my all-time favorite sports anime is Ping Pong the animation. Do not be put off by the art. Please, I'm begging you to just give it a chance. The art is extremely unique, but in my opinion, it is really beautiful, and I don't understand people who refuse to watch it because of that. The story follows Smile and Peko, best friends playing ping pong in high school. Both love the sport but have very different approaches. The story has a lot of symbolism, a gorgeous soundtrack including my favorite anime opening of all time, amazing character development, and just characters in general. This is a short anime at 11 episodes with a completed 5-volume manga, but it is something that has left such a huge impact on me despite its length, so I would highly recommend this. So yeah, that's it. Hopefully you found some recommendations through this, or if you've seen everything, let me know if you agree or disagree, and share some of your favorite sports series in the comments.